Yamoche mo akwa Adom TV sunie ene ye January bosum ne de toso aduonu enwotwe na je se meme de dru se ne Nnawotwi enya abope na Nnawotwi dwumadi na yesi nkonya na ye de brɛ ewo TV so na fe radio so ma mutie wa sempa 94.7 FM ye de dwumadi efree studios ha 355 Fanofa Street ewo Kokomlemle midin the chief Jerry Forson me da se same me de bia ogebre na fe o kan ye ho sa dwumadi so dwumadi so ena ensemo na Nnawotwi no atwa aguo no ye yinia hu hia se esanso gebre don hwere mienu na esanso esinkunya na ye dwendwen ho ebio menda production team ase omo chechire dwumadi hyehyɛ ne kama e de soame na me so me de ebesom ba bia wo bia ye mo bibia chibio e mo bibia akwaba brother ye twa mu awia ena krata free NDC amayukuo no akache krata na general secretary Owura Fifi Kwete ne sa ehyaase aye ensachraye ewo donkuma omwo mrahye bedwasie wo mo ba no dafo wo mo leadership MNT minority leader ene ne deputy chief whip ne ade nyina no ya ensachraye ewo mkata ne beto abontre no na initially na aye binim kura adwene mu na kakra so no kura bi anim enso yekom na say no kura ewo mu a na even minority MPs no kura no na bebre no abom pusa bronu be say take one by surprise esa say wo mo che say wo man sheda antwetwe mu nkomo anhwe ne abonu friend consultation engagement say ye gi atumu ana say ye ngin tumu san nkomo no mo che say ankoso enu achi mmachebejafo no be ye duosia e de krata ba say kebeya empanifo entrensensan na wondwene ho kakra ansana enso general secretary be kan say sana mo no amatu no enyade a wo mo twesan a ebeyeye enu achi ensem no atwentwumu enkomo bebre but na opania na asem no fa no ho biti say honorable Haruna Idrisua na oye minority leader na yente nka but on the nchemu aba say as far back as 18th November 2021 ahana nkomo no ewo no and then minority leader ebra no ye minority leader no otro krata e de command the then general secretary ene oye national chairman Owura Johnson esi dunketia e de proposals ahuduo bi a ebeboa kwan minority fo befa so e de wo mudwuma e wo emrahye ho amongst the proposals no na election of minority leaders na ka ho kwaya dom kuma no mo betimi apa wo akandifo e wo mrahye bejafie ho sakrata no opani che se ekoka amayoko no ensa enso broni be say it was ignored 86 2021 no sa proposal no na e wo hodeda ementi beye once and twice aba say yen sachaye e wo leadership nim mamrahye bejafo no bebre no wo mo oppose menti entumi amba so now anapan koma ye twetwe ne say ye koye nimu no ehu behia say emrahye bejafo no anu won be paw wo mo akandifo and it goes for both ways say majority or say minority emrahye bejafo no a ene so mo pa wo makandifo mentem ho ase ye beji atum ye ngintum ni de na wotwi ahwehwem nkoma but ene ye pese ye hwe say ebredu a say emrahye bejafo no ankasa no ye ma mo akwanya na wo mo pa wo mo akandifo ana eno ne nkoma edi kan san nkoma yi ansa na ba beto dwa no na auditor general edi adwuma wadi no from March 2020 to June 2022 edi abeto dwa efe kura na efi ase aye bobo ho ene NDC for de wo mudie ebetu mu a auditor general's report a wo no on COVID-19 ye bekai say 12 March 2020 and I recorded the first COVID-19 case ewo Ghana ha ena nkakra yensomu yempesika de aboye hombra ne ade nyina no sika auditor general che say Ghana yensakan eye 2021 billion 844 million 189,185 cedis and 24 pesos. Sesika no dwuma be ne didi efa COVID-19 no eho ene ebejebre na fe yahwe some of these public funds any kwan a yefa so e de yensa bom because sesika ye kan yenya sika ni bi ekofa sika ni bi free contingency fund and afa World Bank group so ma sika ni bi sa so na IMF ko ya ene yakom hokope bailout yi omo ma sika COVID brainium and Africa Development Bank so MI sika European Union and Yeton Bank of Ghana COVID-19 bonds and so ekika says sika na abu ano no edien and dey say sika no eye and kwan ben ye behwe na sa public funds ye abuse no ye ne basabasa because ye ka oni aban mu nkofo kasa babia ne enti aba begina babia sisi aba begina omobo Russia Ukraine war no about COVID-19 enso COVID-19 no oman yi yenyamu sika pa enkomo mienu na napai ye ba betwetwe na fe yaje won so so adwenche abedafo ha ebi so ba bedwan ne ewo ahoma no so zoom na fe ye ne omo atwetwe enkomo midin the Chief Jerry Forsen and some way and Eddie Bro Nnawotwi Yi. Yamacha akwa baby Adom TV sunie oti enka wo radio so high asempa 94.7 FM. Nnawotwi dwumadie na yeguso a yede somo join in wo Facebook Adom TV wo Facebook na fe fa comment fa to afi asempa 94.7 FM so wo Facebook obetime edo comment ato na fe agibre de amount yensha se free NDC amayukuo no ene Nnawotwi entre ha wono age no mayim esign sachaya womo aye no wo the leadership of the minority caucus ewo mrashebejafie asem ne beto dwasa no ye wo videos bi a ye ba bebo na fe yahwe mpanifo adwencha omo ekyeye the edikan the national chairman for the NDC Owura Johnson Esedu enketia wo de ensem bakumienu etudwa ewia mpanifo wo ho so omadwenche efa sansachaye hu yankohwe ye ba.
We've issued a letter from headquarters signed by the General Secretary, the new General Secretary, Honorable Fifi Fiavi Kote, communicating formally to Mr. Speaker changes that we have made in our front line in Parliament. That is indeed true. And the new changes will bring on board Dr. Kesela Tuforsen as the new minority leader, Honorable Ama Kufibwa as the new deputy minority leader, and Honorable Governors Kwame Agboja as the new chief whip. And then we maintained Honorable Doyo Ganza and Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. So this make up the new list of leadership in Parliament.
There's the obvious question as to why the NDC is taking the decision now.
We started reorganization of our structures to be able to position ourselves to fight election 2024. And in terms of why, it means what it tells you is that the only constant thing in nature is change. And so since the environment is changing, leadership and many other things must change along the new environment. We know, for instance, that going into election 2024, the economy is going to be the major battleground. And so many of the debates and other discussions will focus on the economy. So we better put your best man in the economy forward. And that is what we've done. And then we also looked at energy, you know, this petroleum and electricity challenges. And so we needed to settle on Kofi Amabua, our former minister, to be the deputy minority leader. And then the other area is infrastructure, and Kwame Agboja being our man in infrastructure should play a key role. So that generally is what informed the changes. But there are other things that are coincidental. You take the leadership of Parliament, we are bound to organize ourselves in such a way that by and large, we provide for regional balance and other balances in our ways of doing things. And so since it is very difficult to get representation of 16 regions in 5 appointments, you need to do a lot of mathematics. And our view is that the balance cannot be secured with only one segment of the party. So the elections have turned out certain leaders we already have other leaders that are already existing. And then also, if we are doing appointments, we take all these as a whole to try and see how we can get a fair balance. When you look at Western region, it's one region that has not been represented on the front bench for a long while. I remember when we were in 92 thereabout, 93 thereabout, that we put somebody on the front bench for a while, and that ended it. So it's a significant region that we need to look at. So when we got the combination of Kofi Amabua from Western region, and he being also very conversant with the energy sector, we thought that it was a good choice, so we put him there.
I have held fruitful and positive conversation, in fact, frank conversation, with my senior brother, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu. I commended him for his admirable leadership and stewardship when he was granted the opportunity by a great party to lead us. As leader, it will be my duty to represent our collective goals in particular, with an unwavering dedication, and most importantly, with high integrity. I have no doubt that with the support of the entire minority caucus in Parliament, we shall succeed.
Speak to the issues as they are, and two, indicating that the leadership of the minority caucus has been reshuffled. We are on recess. By the Speaker's invitation, we are returning on the 7th of February 2023. So we are not yet in the House. But because of the exigencies of this situation, that is why some of us have rushed back to be able to participate in this. Against that background too, is when the Speaker reads the letter to Parliament, the letter he has received from the Secretary of the party that indicating the reshuffle. It is when that letter is read to members of the House that it can take effect. As at now, we are already said we are not there. So as far as we are concerned, the current leaders of the House, Honorable Haruna Idrisu Muntaka and co, are deemed to still be in office. Now, the purpose of this press conference, as I've indicated, is to try to maintain cohesion in the party, is to try to ensure that we remain as a body, that we still are an appealing group to the Ghanaian populace, and that they should trust us for December 2024. So our petition is going to the Council of Elders of the NDC. We are petitioning the Council of Elders of the NDC with a copy to the National Executive, with a copy to the Speaker of Parliament, and a copy of the said petition to the former flag bearer, Honorable John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The basis for our petition is a prayer to suspend the reshuffle indicated by the National Executive of the party until such time, signed by the General Secretary of the party. The petition is signed by the General Secretary of the party. The basis of our petition is to appeal to them to suspend the suspension exercise until such time that there is a holistic meeting of stakeholders and consultation before we take a decision. We are saying so against the backdrop that the National Executive Committee of the party a few weeks ago decided that all appointees in the party and in Parliament should remain in office until after we have concluded the parliamentary primaries and the flag bearer primaries on the 13th of May this year. That all office holders and appointees should remain in office until the primaries are over. We are therefore surprised that the primaries are not yet taken place, they are not yet over, and a reshuffle is hitting the caucus of Parliament. We think that that is premature. We have also investigated and discovered that the Functional Executive Committee, FEC, and the National Executive Committee, NEC, including the Council of Elders, did not have a formal meeting to take a decision on this matter. And then, of course, the caucus as a body was not consulted on this matter. And we think that that is quite not well in place. It is against the backdrop of this that we are humbly appealing to the national executive of the party that they should suspend their current action and let the current officers, Haruna and his team, remain in office until such time that the primaries are over and we have a holistic stakeholder consultation before we decide on the way forward. In that case, the current executive that we, as I said, are still in office, should remain in office and steer the affairs of the caucus until such time that we advise ourselves. We want to pledge our support to the party. We are committed to the party. We are committed to the focus of the caucus to assist the party in the coming elections in December 2024 so that we can form government. So we are saying this without prejudice to the merits of those who have been appointed. No. We know that we are all members of parliament, we are all competent. The Dr. Foster Ato, and then the Kwame Aboja, and then the Ama Abua are very good parliamentarians. We have nothing against them. We trust them. But we are saying that the timing is not appropriate. The timing for a reshuffle now is not appropriate. And that the consequences are very, very grave for us and could negatively affect our fortunes come December 2024. It is against this background, the fact that there was no adequate and proper consultation within the ranks of the party, that we think that they should reconsider and suspend the current reshuffle until such time that we hold a meeting. Thank you very much.
Well, just to add.
Okay, you could say the national chairman, the newly appointed minority leader, so Kasai. But my big Akwaba, you say Anthony Nupenu, who is the Greater Accra Regional Organizer of the NDC, Babe Kai Onafe, Yatritrain and Komo. But near Mesa can say, next nation or a member of the NPP communications team. Next thing, good morning.
TJ, good morning.
Bibi Aboko there.
Nyame Adom Bibi Aboko.
You remember to saying?
Ojuma Mboko.
Bibi Akoso.
Yeah,
and then come on hopa. Nia ye sha say NDC for one more changes on my year the minority leadership in parliament. Ye sha say free the party chairman the reasons are or the mind for Sansa Chayeno or more ayeno. She said 2024 abatu na ye kwa koto no. Niema mmienu a yebehye da gina so ebedi akotene pa the economy and afi energy the reason why omaye sansa chaye no the Dr. Kisela to forcing aba na afi honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua and so aba, and then he comes to talk about regional balance and also a play pa yen family and chance na afi yen kwenim. Next thing,
yeah, CJ mami fa kwenya nchia President Nana Dankwe Kufado and Vice President Mahmoud Baumia for Jumapa or Yamai. Some few days ago, now there was public outcry, say President in Yari Shafo on your day. But after taking time from the busy schedule, no, yet maybe there will be chance for people to also come and serve. I'm the 2 years awake. Until in the coming days, you know, President the list in the barber.
Once you mentioned it,
probably during the week.
Week here,
okay.
Something. When specifically, if you have,
it could be Monday to Wednesday.
Between Monday to Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, better be BFE President one because we would order or map up another strategy. I mean, going into 2024, now you to me win a seat, you know, again. CJ, I'm really disappointed in Chairman General or General Mosquito. In painful dia mantemante. Inti say ye bibi na edabwa ukwa edanoa. You need to be subjective. Na ubia ojina bibi bia we hu there no. Whatever motive you have no. it is for the greater good. On Intinaya, GSS, now you see there's a group interest and there's a personal interest. And to say a group interest, it far outweighs that of the personal interest. And to say, if you have a mindset as a group and you want to project a certain agenda or a certain course, they're going into this particular election. These are the benchmarks. Then you should juxtapose that with the previous election. That is 2020 yes.
election. Okay.
The ABI are going into 2020 now. These were the benchmarks. And because of that, we failed. So we want to go here. Now, say, Amayan BBR on that. Now, say, you just jump to set out the criteria for your own agenda without the collective goal of the party. Then you are not doing the collective interest of the party, but rather trying to kind of score political points. Now, see, in baby, that means right after the vetting of the second batch of the ministers in the second term of President Nnawotwi Yi, on the 4th of March 2021, Sami Gyamfi made a bold statement on his Facebook page where he had to run down the speaker and the leadership of the NDC in Parliament, specifically Honorable Aruna and Muntaka. Obondi, not the true statement, you know. And that alone should tell you that someone was behind that statement that was coming from their national communication officer.
Why not actually?
Oh, that is Mr. President, former President John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. Yes, because Sami Gyamfi would never go on that tangent if there was no big hand holding him to do that. And everyone in the party knows that that day in particular, he refused to pick up all the calls from the MPs. That what was the basis of that particular post? Kaya, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, Tama, then the General Secretary vying for the chairmanship position, or ne campaign launch. Okakade, oye, Honorable Aruna Idusu, no kodoba campaign launch on, but because of the other parliamentary duties, you know, to Mwamba, na ose all the parliamentary caucus, you know, they were behind General Mosquito's candidature. Right after that, Honorable Aruna issued a statement debunking that claims made by Ahmed Ibrahim, that it is not true, and that they wanted a fair ground for both parties. They won't call. Now, what bar? Then the minority group will support the winner. Into no starting. Just then, and General Mosquito who there, as a chairman of the party now, I cannot work with Honorable Aruna and then Muntaka. Now, CJ, say pede etna sina make changes you would have to sit with NEC and then the caucus. The same way I want to aba ma Honorable Aruna winning. No, General Mosquito then, who was the General Secretary, no, or yet the Electoral Commissioner, or Parliament House. Why didn't he follow the same processes? Now you to me, Yankade, oh, okay, fine. Based on in 2020, after the elections, no, now you elect your leaders there won't be take over my, we are using the same strategy now, but you want to move away from the normal processes. And with that, all the MPs are saying that they were not consulted. Now, it's national executives, it's from Yamin, Fifi Kwete, and Kasana. There is no offending cogent reasons adduced from one decision I will take because it has to do with Mr. Mohammed's preference and General Mosquitoes.
But we shouldn't also forget NDC as a party, the constitution.
Yeah.
If there's any binding constitutional proof, and Bibisa say as the national chairman, the constitution says this is how we should go about electing or maybe appointing leaders for the minority caucus. And a national chairman no Alpha Honanya Juma, then maybe we can hold him. But from what you are saying, there's no proof. BBN Honoma Echre said the national chair, the Shooting Ketia as the national chairman is bound by the constitution.
CJ, Mami Bibi Incho.
Me too.
Or yeah, honorable than any quarter Titus Glover. They're not chain BB. No, see. When you are given a role, or when you are appointed or elected, one more specific guidelines in Yamebu Tumaye. But you need to go beyond the box. That is where a teacher, one more assignment, about more good. Oh, you've gone beyond the box, or say, let me give you excellence. The fact that it is not explicit that this is how you should go about it does not mean that you should not allude yourself to certain processes. Maybe this is what you want to do. Let me reason with the neck and our people involved and see the best football club and national team. I
don't know what, on what authority you quoted Honorable Titus Glover in this case.
No, or chain processes are. You've been given an appointment or you've been elected. It does not mean that I am not home. Until take over.
Titus Glover cannot be an authority in this discussion. Unless maybe it has become a convention. So
and I'm sure there. Oh my miracle. And up a pray. Or say CJ Shefie Mam. Shefie Mam no or the new authority amobia. Are you telling me there until a debate or one now you would take all the food and eat all? No. There one more authority no. You exercise it in the way that would be conformity with standards. Oh, it depends on ATB. And before ATB, you put my friend catch and there, Mama, it depends on Chef Jimino, me Febi. That is how we go about it. The fact that there's a mandate for you does not mean you should not operate within the common goal of the party. That is, let's Jojo, let's bring this one together. There's NEC, there's the parliamentary caucus, there's the former flag bearer. Let me also get his input that this is what we want to do. Do you second or you don't?
But you listen to Osedu Ketia and he explains, there's been extensive consultation and decision and Utie. In fact, Yabakuti Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, also Ekasaka. Then Honorable Sam George also came out to explain certain things in detail as to Nientia Amufo say Amobo Enjo Sa Anamoya Amayukuno Etno. And then he even brings back the fact say as far back as 18th November 2021, almost the then leader of the minority caucus, Extra Kata the Koma, the then General Secretary. Just the Adom Ketia proposing certain near maybe SSA minority caucus, including whether or not to elect their leaders. Sakratano, Yaka say, as he puts it, has been ignored. But Yankofa Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, Nafi Iria, we will listen briefly to Sam George and then we'll come back and continue the discussion.
Were not the decision of the party. Our party as NDC has about 4 decision-making group structures. First, the Congress, where all delegates meet to take decision. Second is the National Executive Committee, that's NEC. And then third is the Functional Executive Committee. It is when this group take decision, then you get the General Secretary and the principal officers implement. Then we also have the Council of Elders, even though our constitution says that they are advisory. Sometimes, periodically, they also give directions and then the party tries to implement. We are firm, because I serve as on FEC, I serve on NEC, I go to Council of Elders as an observer, and I also on the political committee as an observer. Congress, all of us as members of parliament are members of Congress. And the minority leader is also on all these levels. At no such meeting was there any agenda to discuss this. So it is clear that it is a letter, yes, written by the General Secretary, but the decision may be just the decision of some few people in the party. And we believe that our party should sit up, because Article 55 of the 1992 Constitution is very clear. It says that everything that we do must follow democratic principles. So we want to urge the General Secretary, and the most shocking part of it is that we were never consulted. I mean, I heard some of the officers saying that some elders were sent to talk to us. I'll be very happy to be mentioned which elder was sent to me to talk to me, because nobody spoke to me. And without casting any insinuation and also creating doubt on the capability of our colleagues, Honorable Atufosin, Honorable Kwame Agoja, and Honorable Amako Fibua. These are our colleagues. I mean, we've been working very closely together, those of you who report from this house. And myself, Honorable Abeji, and the leader himself, Honorable Abeji, we will have to be grateful to this caucus. Any day they decide that, oh, we've had enough of you, maybe we want to change direction, we want to change energy, we want to change team, we would be thankful for the opportunity given us. Because how were we put into office? I'll just recap. In 2021, the party led by the then national chairman, Honorable Ofosu Ampofo, and the general secretary came to our caucus meeting. They came and the names were sealed, so suggested names. And I remember very well, the first question they asked the general caucus was, do you want to retain your leadership or you want to change them? And there was a row, applause, that no, we want to maintain them. Even that, they said they wanted to be sure, because there were some other names that were also coming up. Each regional caucus was asked to go back and, having the names that had come up, consider what their choice, seal it in an envelope and give it to the national party, which is exactly what happened. So it was taken to the political committee, it was summarized, and then there was another caucus meeting to announce the decision from the various 16 regional caucuses. I want to say that this is consultation, and this is the caucus electing its leaders. I'm sorry to say that you have youth organizers in our party, they meet to elect their leaders. Women organizers meet to elect their leaders. And it is shocking for parliamentarians to be told that leaders are choosing for them. I have served, this was my third term in the leadership. There was not a single time that I was reasoned to that I've been appointed as so and so to serve in any capacity in parliament. And we know the natural justice, and the laws of our country. If you cannot write a letter to appoint, how can you write a letter to disappoint? We don't want this controversy at this time, or the letter to dismiss. Yes, I want to also remind some of the officers about our 1992 Constitution, Article 296, where when discretion is given you, that discretion, how it should be used. Exercised. So how should be exercised? So we don't want to create enmity among us unnecessarily, but we believe that the right process should be done.
Honorable Mutaka Mubarak, the former minority chief whip, and I no. We na Honorable Sam George, MP for Ningo Pram Pram. Abra Wakasa, good morning Ghana, one Minia Penny Randy Abi, and also so yade Kaho Edema ono. Now Yambra back to studio, Nafi Yentuchin Komo, Minia Anthony Nupenu, a Guitar original organizer of the NDC. But my main connection, Honafi, listen, my main Nafi Fat one who see Nafi member Tony Ho.
Yes, CJ, say. Consultation is very, very important. Let them know. As a party that wants to be taken seriously towards the 2024 election, this is not the way to go.
No, but Utie Honorable Mutaka, one statement that he made, that if you don't write a letter to appoint, then you have no right to write a letter to disappoint.
Yes.
And now to sack somebody.
Disengage them. Yeah, but for me, I think that it was even bad coming from him. I think you are party to the suit. International and Kasempo. Yes. Should have allowed Honorable Advocate to be doing the
talking.
Yeah, the talking. But the problem of NDC now is that the party as a whole needs to be on the treatment table. This is not what we expect from them. You see, Ghanaians have come of age. And you need to project, okay, yourself into the shoes of everyone and see that if a decision and pandemic taking, how would the people take it? And that is the problem they are facing. And the turmoil is still there. There is still heat in the kitchen. And on the way, Jahonum also could cool off within the family or Canada. As a good leader, you need to sit down, make sure that the issue will go down. Then all the
well, I'm saying Uncle Canada, only former President Mahama and the UK.
Oh, then only just a care of. No, only a care of. Even the way book ni ticket there or Podoko, Canada, go enjoy some days off with the family. But the fact of the matter is that nanka won't pay for no. If it was not a coup, and the political score to punish these two, the best thing would have been that they would sit down and address this issue, solve everything before they leave.
Okay.
But the same old NDC anymore. No. Assembly by the two most important personalities in the party now. We go. Just so they will catch the rank and file there. We don't care about your feelings. We don't care about whatever happens to you. We have taken our decision. So be it.
Next time, that's it. Tony, Akwaba.
Yeah.
Bibi aboko there.
Our body are doing.
I feel share, right?
Yeah, share.
I feel sharper.
I think okay.
Amen. Amen. Yet, the reason coming from the national chairman, say part, more restructuring, but the timing for this decision, of course, and if you come on, per se, the baby say, is it about time? Say MPs, Ankasanga betua about the Yi. One more leaders but the timing for this decision, Tony, what you saying?
See, that's not my chair. It's here for national for you now. My chairman say, at the party and say, dear, a moon and some dear. And no chair say, or brabona and a more 2 hours we are see dear. Any day, any hour, any minute, be bawakwim.
Yeah.
Ada papa and a bonnie. Na nti wo plan your life no fatu adwin ti said sanya mani etuwa sena ubegina fa nti emri bia ye be ma odibre bi say kita no the first thing is about adwin say we are caretaker nti ade e betimi agi on same at any time, so you must prepare for that day. When you are prepared for it man nwa and we prepare for it you can't question time. You can't question propriety. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because nkwana ukita krampo na enya media. Until the day God can call in your face here, as I sit here, I can be shut off. Who are you to question God said? Is this the right time to shut the life of this young man as he was even sitting in a live studio? Hasn't it happened before? So why should say if you say to me I am and nipa ene de mao a untimi fa ore enhye nipa mu gise nyame nkwa na obetimi de ore ahye ni mu ona betimi hu mobo I get him.
Yes.
Nipa ene di brebi ama any hour you should be expecting say san nipa na betimi asisa na aji. See, the impropriety of time doesn't come in here because of our way of doing this.
But in a human institution, no, so me the debre bi share wonsa na me ba person me gi debre no every wonsa ma. At least there should be some form of engagement. So, Tony, me say dwuma no awo ye no o ye ni ye pa, but I feel person yes sane me
see nipa untimi fa ore enhye nipa mu because nipa suni ban eye to this very issue. Look, for me, I will state and I've stated my position clearly on this and said, Nnawotwi Yi, looking at Amanyoku ayeye ne anamo aye tu say ye dey pe to me the Accra Ghana for. Ye bibia ye bia ya na montu enum kasa ye ni ye nyina no enu be magana for crying. say NDC as a manyoko no well prepared say ye ditumi ma omo a ni atochi ma organa bia no on betimi atinitini ema yenyina enya asitinapa enti all the time menya akwenya any party for ekasa e wo fam ho no kire mo say aha no yeto aba no enti wo sorry na wo ni umantenfo ye basa edidi atema say NDC na wo say no a constituency region national all of us Temuaha, me style of leadership, entry ye, minini pendini ye, minini pankasa ye, minini pa anubuabua enko ye. How will people see the NDC as well organized in the Greater Accra region? Say comes December 7, 2024. Sorry, some Kotuaba. So our lifestyle must inure to the growth and the benefit of the NDC. So any decision your bedroom say you take, we must do the involvement of the people to be able to ameliorate any after reactions. Because decision being how we take here, you get 100% support. But always make sure say you are above the 70% ratio. And that will give you comfort. Say decision are very comfortable with the large majority of the people. Until decision be a beba nipa be nwinwi and especially omo decision form ho no dodo no be nwinwi no now say 1 or 2 steps have not been right. Until you now to say the mode of communication, the mode of announcement has not been the right way and it hasn't served a good purpose. And at the very time communication so by I see it as very unfortunate. Say, you places seriousness on the current training issue as to COVID audit report. So what was our rush? What was the intent and purpose? Say, Emra abaina upeso tunu the chida fema asem amuye du edawmoso I say Ghana for be bobo me nyina ya attention me course no that time na who political party a ope 2 no udi wu asema sebi enfa dokunu eni mekontu obi eponso edi betu dwama e discuss.
That's a time and
it shows some level of unseriousness that I have been very, very uncomfortable with. But that mistake has already been committed. I think we have lived with it for about 2-3 days. We hope that today ends it and it will die down. Next week it will not reoccur and give us any distance. But you see, it is part of the what the NDC should expect because that you voted for it. I've had time to ask people, say, one of the major campaigner Moody Peja era Asidu Ketia was that fearless, bold, and courageous leader. So if fearless, bold, and courageous decisions have been taken, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining?
Yes, we
voted for fearless, bold, and courageous leader. So a decision that you will not be comfortable with will come with a fearless, bold, and a courageous approach. Again, nobody have said Honorable Harold and Idrisu-led leadership has failed. That has not been the yardstick to which are changing the buyer. Obiansu question the new crop of persons Sayediaba. Some will continue from wherever they are living it. Some will be competent and some will soon. But it is, everybody is talking about modalities, approach, timing, and all things. All this is what we are talking about. It takes only courageous leader to look into the face of somebody performing and say, be sound. And that is the same thing you voted for.
But the reason National Chairman they must say the 2024 election near a big play out by economy and energy. The reason for the change in the leadership. Who as a key party.
Main kasa enfa to say me boom national chairman in tia but me reason me find me find people me because Oh, I think at that very moment, he tried very hard to give some reason, but the major reason to this whole change is something that he will never put up in public domain. That will be in the consumption belly of party members, knowing very well what the crux of the matter is. It is not for public consumption. He has to find something that will be able to meet the public expectation. But the level of awareness, the level of education, the level of sensitivity Ghanaians attach it to our daily political discourse and our party movements, there's a large majority that will not buy into that reason. And everybody has the right not to buy into it. Economy cannot be the yardstick of a change in parliament, because the very front bench you are changing. Are you telling me, are you questioning the prowess of Haruna's knowledge in economics? You can't question his prowess in economics, because if I don't know at all, his first degree is economics. And he's well versed in economic issues. Haruna is well versed in energy issues. Haruna is well versed in development in terms of road infrastructure, whatever. He's a man of all shades, man of all faces. Honorable Afeji is one of the astute chartered accountants in Ghana that you can find. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Muntaka is a land economist. He has done a lot of project, whatever. Are you getting me? So that argument, to me, I won't hold it so hard. Atu is an astute finance brain. Are you getting me? Atu has always complimented the front bench in making sure everything they do is in sync. Are you getting me? Maya Nyenyama and Maya Kanyama, Eddie feud, unnecessary feud, beba between the Atu leadership and Haruna leadership. They have never had any problem. They had never had any problem. So you pay obi obeka energy some dia adabraka. Mibra Bua. Any John Jinapo, who speaks more better when it comes to energy. It is argument in Infantunche. I don't want us to even go there, because some of these experiential people will come with an angular, edit a lot of feud, beba.
But this is what the national chairman is.
And I'm saying, I would have wished he didn't make such comparisons for people to start punching, because knowing certain prowess of people in the terms of the areas he's talking about, there are people well versed and people well tuned. So when you bring it, Angela M1T, he is the national chairman. He has made a change. You have every right to make the change. Everybody is comfortable with the change, but only the modality, the mode of communication, the way it came as a palace school. I said 1980s more up under PNDC. About 1 o'clock, every appointee back continue GBC one.
Okuti said,
that is where they do the changes. They bought 12:50, 12:55 an hour per radio now. The first news that have been changes in the it's like one of those modalities. We will live above it. It's ensure Atorenchema Abba. As political leaders are, yenim say a quina yenam suno Atorenchema or how beba. We have every strategy to meet it when it comes this way. So it's part of the Abloye this week, and I think we have comfortably managed it to this far.
You think
even
so?
Though
when there's deep crack in a minority caucus of parliament,
even though
60 Jinahana, 70
yes, they've shown their fierce disagreement to leadership decision and communication, but they've not shown fierce disagreement to whoever is coming and whoever is going. Next week, Yami Adumna Ochina, Monday, Tuesday, they are coming they will come out of that meeting with a well-poised and united members of parliament into the third session. Okay. And I believe we will take it from there.
Tony, we say you share the issue of regional balance and also national chairman Eka Nwasem. Now, my issue is, say, you can regional balance. Ube place at forcing central region, Amakufibua western region. From western and central, everyone say the same people. It is a can regional balance. Pa at forcing Amakufibua central western. I don't know. Anthony.
You see? Hey, Sempani. I could check already more on upon anything with you. Sempani, eh? I send me uncle. Papa and Bisano. Bet it to my brother pay that. You see, Tony, I still consider Ghana as a 10 region. And I'll consider it so because that is the most composed Ghana that you can find. As for this political split of regions yet, it's only bringing a certain tribalism and ethnicity composition. In regions, you better it in the parliament do 230 because now the kind of angle when there's a group of ethnic dimension in a certain way and there's a group they'll be calling for a certain split of a region. I will speak to the 10 regions, which is a well-composed region. When you come to the coast, from the Votarian block to the Western block, is almost the same. Only the difference has been the tone of our dialect and the change in dialect. Until you far from the West Central and the Western block, it's purely Fanti.
Yes, the same.
When somebody speaks in Zima, you hear Fanti in it. Ubika Hunter, Fanti. And Fanti is the biggest Akan language on that block. I get it. Now, Uba from Accra into Volta, Dangbe and Ewe, there are similarities. Major similarities. Because we share history in Ukraine, the Dan and the Dan family that bring the Dangbis are the same people that emanate the Ewes. Then we fight for a central, the central part of the country from the eastern Ashanti to Bronga Hafula. Predominantly is Akan, and Asante Akan, Bunu Akan, Achim, Ekwapim Akan. The same this thing. Then when you take it from the Bupe to the upper regions, the northern languages are the same. I get it. So when you want to do a regional balance in a limited portfolio, therefore you need to consider it. So you take the northern center, you take the central part, then you take the coast. Then you put the similarities and then you are able to get it very fair. But the current selection, Edahui, is 4 South, 1 Mid. 4 South, 1 Mid. Atu, Bua, Doyo, Govins. Then Ahmed, who is the Mid. Yes. So this explanation. So what happens to one more? So this explanation highly untenable, and it will sit well with many people. People have even drawn religious dimension in it, which I don't want to fancy. There are lapses. There are lapses in the decision. There are lapses in the explanation. There are lapses in the communication. We all have accepted it, and we all have to live with it. The danger that it will pose greatly is that we reverse our decision, and it will be more disastrous than maintaining it and working around it to make sure that you. But the reversing decision, that would have been more calamitous. Really? And you you would have destroyed the party if you have reversed it than maintaining it and working around it to bring everybody back to the table. Are you getting me? And which I think largely, we are above 80% getting everybody on board. Which I know, say, Tuesday meeting, if we need Pepe year, the rest of the 20% will come on board. And make sure, say, there is serenity, there is safety, there is cohesion, there is larger collaboration going forward. And everybody will pick the fault. Like I say, okay, I'm sorry. It's only getting to the table and telling your friend self, well, I dream Bonnie Biantechi, ye per se yen ni pape mua but anamontuno edi in Sembe about a lot of thinking abim. I'm sorry, let's forgive each other because there's a bigger responsibility ahead of us. There's a bigger expectation. That is what it is. Not this position, or position. What are you doing to better the life of the people?
Okay, but I say Anthony Nupenu, Greater Accra Regional Organizer of the NDC. Nixon, my member of a quick one on Tony Akasisi and Lafi, you make progress.
CJ, now me share regional balance. Now I'm even surprised maybe I na 20 day for Fafa. This is a party that constantly keeps telling people that for us as MPP, we use people and we damn them. Trying so hard to place us at a place that we will not be accepted by the people in the north. But today, baby ordering them, trying to dribble and then place the ball squarely like Lionel Messi. You know, it is problematic. And everywhere in the northern region now, they are not happy with this decision. What does it tell you? That's how I would accept one accept. But look at what you are doing to them today. And within the week, you interviewed the Tamale Central chairman.
Constituency chairman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In fact, he used unprintable words on radio. I don't want us to.
Oh, no. But it's all the feeling of the people in the constituency or in the northern part of this country. It is bad. Why is Alhaji Ahmed Ibrahim still there? Why? Because he was fronting your campaign. Holistically, if you wanted to change based on Ebia Wanakasa one strategy going into 2024, comfort. What does she bring on the table? Then probably maybe, but you could have even replaced her also. And then Ahmed Ibrahim. Then we will know that this is not targeting certain people. We should move away from this personal score of Minyawo Yadrina. I want to target you. This is what is happening to them. And the earlier they go to the treatment table to get solutions, because we don't want them to come in 2025, they walk of Supreme Court. We don't want that. It won't say when they lose out. Now we will bring COVID. It is because let me see how you talk about it. It is because no, Inima, CJ, I felt sad for them in 2020. That how are they going to market themselves? Then few days to the election, and I take people there, they didn't even collect their own results. Now we elect one AV, then you come on board. Your first major decision is to poke fire into the heart of the party faithful. Then are you telling me and the rest of the Ghanaians are you credible opposition? The Ochinebi, watching now near the 2024, probably maybe 2030, 2034, and I'll be them. Can we consider you?
Okay, Nixon, it's an assembly say MPs, because according to Honorable Haruna Idrisu, 18th November 2021, and minority MPs, Omochro proposal, the then General Secretary, Honorable Johnson Esiedun Ketia, saying, Komo person Moyen Sachayebi, a Juma minority form fast to do Omujuma. Amongst the proposals, the proposal to elect their own leaders as minority caucus.
Yeah.
But that proposal has never seen the light of day. And the Abiru 2023. Moving forward, should MPs be allowed to elect or select their own leadership? That's the main question.
CJ, I think that's the right call. Based on what Honorable Muntaka said, it tells you that even though they wanted to carry the same people forward, the then national chairman made them aware that there are certain names that will pop up, and if probably we can also consider, then it's okay, let's go to our regional caucuses and make that determination, and it's good. You see, by so doing, everyone is at peace with the process. I think the best, most cases, football, we allow the players to vote for their captain and junior captain, and then their vice captain.
And I say, basic school, JHS,
yeah. It is the same way we should be doing. That the people who are coming to lead this group, let them get involved. I think that if the parliamentary caucus were involved in this decision, there wouldn't have been any uproar. Probably maybe one or two might not be happy, but then the bigger picture is that we were given the space, the time, the needed grounds for our input to also be heard. And them decisioning by eliminating them and then telling them that this is what you have to do. Look at how Sam George even put it. To hear it on radio makes it even bad. It's like you don't even want them close to even determine who can lead them. That is why it is important that you will feel part. Whatever course, and I step the school, we should engage them. By so doing, we will know their weaknesses and their strengths and the way to go.
Next time, that's it. Tony.
Yes, sir.
Is this the way to go?
Before then, a release from Alaji Mama Idrisu, Chairman Council of Elders, Abba, calling on all of us to even further stop commentary on the issue. So, press statement by the NDC Council of Elders.
Anapeya.
Yes, Anapeya, they've released an information. So, I think that is painful to Omun too. And Omun taking immediate steps to expeditiously act on the petition from the minority and then take steps to bring all of us.
Let me take opportunity now for immediate release. Press statement by the NDC Council of Elders on recent changes in NDC parliamentary caucus leadership. The Council of Elders of the NDC acknowledges receipt of a petition from some members of the NDC parliamentary caucus regarding recent appointments to leadership positions. The council has initiated steps to act expeditiously on the petition and related matters. While this process is underway, the council urges our honorable members of parliament, party leadership at all levels, and all concerned persons to refrain from further public pronouncements on the matter in the larger interest of our great NDC. This is a time to be circumspect in order not to play into the hands of our detractors. The council assures the rank and file of the party of an early and principled resolution of the issues, and ultimately the NDC will emerge stronger and more united. We urge all members of the NDC to rededicate themselves to working for victory in the presidential and parliamentary elections in 2024 to alleviate the suffering of the Ghanaian people. Signed, Alhaji Mahama Idrisu, Chairman, National Council of Elders. Tony,
yes. So, I pause.
Now, should you, my dear, the Auditor General's report from March 2020 to June 2022. Yebedu Monsu Committee, the Chief Gear Force, and stay with us. Yaba. Okay. Eti yamwacha mwakwa baby Nnawotwi Yi esuni o share live on Facebook so and out here in Kasempa 94.7 FM meeting the Chief Jerry Forsen. In fact, senya NDC for woman sem ye bebo mu a enkan komo esese Nnawotwi Yi dipa the Auditor General's reporter why on COVID-19 expenditure 12 March 2020 and I recorded the first 2 cases of COVID-19 and woman baye na fe say if you say na ye boy ho bra nti ye pesika ye de beto sanitizers lockdown no mukra no ne de aduane ne de supply friends saying PPEs edema apomde adwumayefo plus other incentives are omampani announce for frontline health workers sikane de na say ba na eba anapa meje brebo boss so ba bia enya sikane bi efree for instance contingency fund ye de ensa boom sa so and enya sika free World Bank group eho enya sika free IMF ya sisi aye kom ho akwaji bailout yi omo so yasene Africa Development Bank so MI sika and European Union so MI sika and ye ton bonds Bank of Ghana COVID-19 bonds and so ye ton ye and so ye sika edi efri mu ye kan nyina ebomu a 21,844,189,185 cedis and 24 pesos sika ye nya ye no na ye kan sika ne ba ye no o hwe adwuma Auditor General aya na se sika no dodo no iran kwante we'll be getting into the details but ma menkwa homa no so na me ne Gilfred Esiama owo Center for Democratic Development hono wo odi na dwuma wo Gilfred bene ntwi nkomo and for Auditor General report hu na fa yewi a ye de nkomo no to aso na aba studio Gilfred otemenka Adom TV so ne ye mo ache
mejo so CJ
bibi abokode
Nyankofo adaroma
okay abra COVID no I think about the first almost 1 year ni mu no minority in parliament if you say so call for audit into the COVID-19 expenditure aban no the excuses by say Brennan so to call for an audit because I say yare ni yeginem enti yentwen na yare ni brass kra ansa na bia yade sa audit no the aba near Auditor General dia betudwa COVID-19 expenditure from where you sit Girlfriend it was saying
CJ arehosem ena uhu ensembia mse senemfata o hwe o man ba bia boye bra kodu na enema ni bi wo ha uhu report no mu a eyenim guase ensesenke yeti edin enti enye de meka se enye COVID-19 wo hwa mse eba na hu mse de na wo nim yaye ba bia eko eni ba bia be kwa kodu enso amaya hodo bibiri wo ha omutimi tutu o nema yi etutu musika sem yi a omutimi manage yaye no oman no ho ebranso no omutimi boye na COVID-19 baye na ohwa na muntu a eye aban mu mpanimfo ene omo oman mu ha etuye sika sem na report ne baye no ade ba kwa betima ka se enim guase sem eye kro no ene enim guase ene hu sa report we
but to be ka se sika ye nya over 21 billion no should have been more than enough anka ene nka hu nkra nkonya se IMF for number so asne COVID bremu no won ho ne yakwakope bailout Girlfriend
CJ enye me na meka hwe eniema Auditor General aboboso was sa report yi mu obi tumi use 10 million 11 million ministry mu ema nkofo no aduane na waje ana certificate but yen proper receipt o on national proper receipt me fa uba kra eko hane ministries airport eco ministries me the uber receipt eba office it make tenase eche 11 million Ghana cedis wonye receipt ba kumpo the entire rehu bi oni say omo de sa adi ko na Auditor General nso asen access enye na emom no mefofo no make sure so be oni mai abrekra empanipo a omo bo oman hu bra na say discussion omo nsem so omo fa toto niema omo nya no say omo pe bia your Public Financial Management Act wo
yes
we ye director and also ye penny ministry na aban adwuma mu a wonim say sisika be ka won sa a quite back anamienu anamiensa and off so use scan. Nampo say your emergency mpa, you were quite a wa Oshaswa wofa emergency time I will use scan. Now what na to make it 11 million. Ekaso oje an certificate without any proper year. A better who say Sikano de car sefa koyen. Odi akoye. Na se chi pesi ni achi na yen hwese ampa. Odi ye de esa odi ye e na wonam kwan paso na wo ye ya. Yetumi ehu. Enya no mpo edimo ho maje 41 na 42 million na afi receipt beba ne ade no na number 40. En wo hwe COVID-19 yesi kasem ne ntoto ya. Wo hwe Ministry of Health nko a kwa mafaso abo man infem COVID-19 ho. Eti CJ say yankasa ene aye ho abro na empanimfo ni bi to otimodin omo ye wicked.
Okay. Mama mbisa we from the word go. Kwan ben nesesenka ananhye ben nesenka ye de to sa COVID-19 sika ye ho when they started trickling in and kakra we'll be getting into the details, but from the word go kwan ben nesenka ye fa so etoto sa sika semi abra sika de fi asese e ba COVID brain mu
COVID-19 sikasem ne ho ntoto ye no enya shonko omanmu ye wo enema a egu akwan mu ananhye ye wo ho a uye abanjumani na ofa aban sika ofaso ede sesika ne dijuma enti omo gift mix ewo ho a payment ni ade se fasa gift mix platforms so ni nyina beboa na atisa discretion esenkofo be fa kwani asebi so na oma sesika anase omo be diska omo ntumi enye proper accounting owo procurement regulations ewo ho a se wanye competitive ni ade nam say emergency a auditor general ka ho asem na utumi use sourcing no ya woni ma wo ha odi to ebi wo ha utumi ko no akwa no be seek approval and no can very limited ebi won so wo seek approval nya safi na wo kofa bid ne ho ahwan ne akotru all the processes we nyina ye ne ma wo hwe ade bia ye de to akwam ese ye mfa so ne mfa mu oman ne ho bra na oman ne ho sikasem ho bra no wo hwe sa report mu a every single thing utumi sempen for na abisi no every single thing either the processes are ye de befa e de afa vendors ananko form de enema beba ame de to COVID-19 ho either se kwa befa so ati omoka either se even po akatua na ati omo no e kwa befa so accounting proper receipting every single processor ese komo fa no mo oman ho bra na omo try to omo be protect the public purse no omo abisi ni na.
A portion of the report 151,500 Ghana cedis Ministry of Information as risk allowance, and then make a report so there's a portion 80,000 cedis was allocated to each regional house of chiefs. Council Biano, 80,000 cedis. These monies, some of them have not been accounted for at all. Yes, that's every Ministry of Information, the annual 150,000 risk allowance. Go for it.
CJ, Ministry of Information, you know, a better than me say me aka was a minimum of internal processes, ne whether say right, say almost summer and go for in the midst of COVID and I say emergency on bemomo any allowance. Say ASA and the Daos of acquiring faso in treaty government employees and our public sector employees are not just almost we name muno say omwana omodi BBC ho it's your mokadia, then we should be worried and they shouldn't go scot free. They should bring back the money into the public purse and no idea about ya chase kama regional house of chiefs the same and I sure 11 million.
Hello, girlfriend. Hello. Girlfriend, don't tell me.
I'm at one CJ.
Aha, as I will line no emuya to treat kakra. I don't imagine ye mine.
Kafa. Automenka.
Yeah, betonka.
Okay. Eti na meka say Ministry of Information you know minim say adwuma bia no etele bi na osoma nkofo kwabontia ye wo pese da ho Enti se Auditor General eti ase sanche hye no ene kwan ya so mo fa so eji se skapudo na omumum a meet me ka ho asem na mom no so matomra de a eso mo di iskaman na de ha me ba ko no eye the lack of proper accounting system say you be accounting system especially receipt any proper accounting who is come regional house of chiefs do no me kwa me colleague back ye three people na ka say nki ye sha ban nim kran eta hemfo ene omo ka bibi amanfo tie no omo mo no mfo mo nim na ye ntu covid-19 no eso sa omo kasa fu na no so nkyerese temiska ekomo hini bi anna temiska koma council bi ne yiweni na kanu ko ye no omo ye hu adwuma na omo ye hu adwuma kwan be no mo fa so ye adwuma no a omo ntimi ma receipt receipt.
For instance, Gilfred, like Ashanti Regional House of Chiefs, you have 80,000. Out of 80,000, no, 4,500 per and I'm accounted for. They are coming in our account plus others are 80,000. I'm account
see, I'm fees come na Adeba Conso, I have me or report you a choir MC Auditor General of Fasu Treaty side Yamawi. When ye a baby kaya. Ye who have basic things and I so worrying as at the level of statehood or my own when you will be feel and when you will be a market to a bill and you will mine or mine a tima ye boomobra now receipt accounting basic accounting now won't me or my uncle won't mean accounting a better na or more mote a gemwa or more kiosk and kitting or much mean why accounting I'm revenue or my accounting. Enti ni no, but I think say ni no na boss ye ne say enkofo bebre agiatum ese Ghana de ska no ebedi wonsa wutumi dibi. Na wudi bi nso a enye hu bibie ne ho ebeto. Enno ene mankofo sa rehyimu na omutumi nyi omo ani sika na omutumi toto ne kwan bi omofa omope.
But one say Gilfred, that should also give us cause for worry as a country because our business as usual.
We should be worried.
Afibia Auditor General the report beba. Na ya bobo ho ye nhunu say sika no onu am kasa so I mean behind the scenes aya gigi sika no but we don't get to find out say ye twi obi aso se sika we bedi wo ho sempo bedi wo ho wantimi an hu contact sa sempo no ye gi ana so ajapade bi ye di abandon sa ato so enti afibia ye di san komoyi but this is business as usual Gilfred
enti CJ asema America info about a year Auditor General ne tone no and also dey hame because said the American ade we dey be ekoso afibia e beba ye for Auditor General report back and afoforo aka ho asem ye ka ho asem a this basic rudimentary stuff a ese nipa bi a ya for mo ana ya hye wo mo ana ye tu mo kase wo mo man ho ebra no omutimi di o mani ko ho emeye omonye ade we na omana hwiska bibre na ya sa e discuss akohim na omana hwiska bibre ntitan bia no ayet se wode kenten ko nsuo no wode nsuo no gumu a unu ba bia na ni nyina so ne ntu nya mfaso bia wo so ebi ene ye ka ho asemi ena meka se wo hwa report ya eniem ma ewo mu nyina no e kire tefe se amanfo e wogidie se akwanya no e wo hot to be corrupt ena se wo ye corrupt nso a ehu bia ni ho a ebe kan bibia ni wa ebe yo you are more likely say ubetimi anya wo free akọ a wo bia mfa ne nsan kan anasa wo ho nkyerɛ enti once a opportunity ni wo ho no ye ni sanctions ye make sure say yes sanction conform ye corrupt no I mean incentive and wo man conform so na wo ho na ubetimi anya ho a adenti na eto wontina ho na wo ho nkyerɛ enti amanfo nyina o man ne ho ena o man nan kasa so kwai fa so a the treaty issues we no eya na quite so enya hwe o yempe kwa ebe fa so ebisia no CJ enko form aye boni ni ade ehun report yi mo omo a esenko mo omo gi receipt omo omo esenko mo fa kwa be su tueska omo amfa so
vaccines are ya council vaccines no say eba say emba a friend saying holding centers are CCC and now course are holding centers ibia or no futuro and when you now know a financial loss to the ordinary Ghanaian.
See the financial loss and nuntina say yete hwa abiding set to botum no obeko why investment will be do no na yes mark to market value any amortized value obeko na scan ya chemufa if we say sikai da ho no I see the bomb mine ho bra no o ma hwe ni o ma discount rock for o ma say scan no come fast you see munti account into munti account here o better no be convince a third party.
Okay, Gilfred, my final question. The excuse are binding my as to how we got here in our country's economic woes, as you say, woman. About Russia-Ukraine war, no about COVID-19. Should we take them serious? So I'm COVID-19. Say COVID is also bad, you know, be affecting economy, no. You just ask them, no. You just saying.
CJ. I mean, Russia-Ukraine war no affect will be a name no meaning to SN and the diabetes baby because here near my year. My actually was here in Russia-Ukraine war in a form no. Momo me do sanctions and so now come the one some day say a do minor bofem there then so generation COVID no a do minor bofem now the general report him. If he says he can't ye, I far can be should and no any down chair, I name was here. Abe. The man, scarcely and quite ye companies no one or mamma come him. A quite benny fast cheese canoe. Na said cheese can ye any share into to your papa at the tour at the mamma, or my jumano, and if he sat on my this also. And the was saying, you follow up and we say, oh, my, this come on a discussion with no. Oh, what's in your pigeon muso? I say, will be on or unemployed that, yet in your employment, almost will not profit 8 year revenue, Emma State. No, and see, ya discount, it's a comment no, and the Awashaba, a fat pan of Bacono. It's not auditor general supporter. Okay. You do mind about them.
All right, Gilfred, Mamma, say for your time. What you need to drink, come on, Gilfred. And I know actually come on or CDD Penfono Bako. Gilfred, a very good friend of mine. Yambra studio nothing. Yan and come on. Mamma says fruits. Next thing. I hear you are much vexed in economics. Sebana say Kasafasi Kasemwa. But CCI Osha report here. I think that the government needs to do a lot of explanation as to maybe as secretary the FI and accounting, giving Ghanaians proper accounting over 21 billion Ghana cedis. It's kind of fine. Nixon.
Yeah, CJ, there's a challenge in this country of Bano receiptism, Kofotanade, or the ultra taxes. Quite recently, Ghana Revenue Authority was setting up. There were called certain shops in Kumasi. One agent called some of these shops to at least also help in cross-checking tax infractions via now with the Wunya system. You saw the uproar where people were even trying to speak against the government's decision to allow GRE, a state agency mandated for that purpose. We believe that if they can strategically go into this operation, it will stop people from evading tax. More than send me by. Again, there are so many shops until they go into contract with government of Ghana. That is when they run to have their own receipt books. Now, the problem has to do with cross-checking, balance. There's follow-up. Auditor General's report every year. Now, these are the same problems. I know that if you are not in government, it will be a national anthem by the opposition. Our bottle for BBR. If the baton changes, it becomes the same thing. But almost all of us are aware of the challenges that confront us. CG, community water and sanitation. And until one year report, no, now there were also lapses. Went SIGA, and then Auditor General went into what happened in 2021 Auditor General's report. No, they realized that people were not keeping records of the things they were doing, misappropriation of funds, certain unapproved ways and other methods were being used by these state agencies. On Nawama, we are seeing the same thing also with the COVID funds. And I dare say that the finance ministry, which commissioned this report to be made, should take some blame for this. Knowing very well that you are giving monies. Now also now, you are responsible for allocating funds from the government and making sure that it is used for the right purpose. So, the amaska, the one find them A, B, or C. Now there is no follow-up. There's no cross-checking. Then you would have to sit down.
On whose part?
On the Ministry of Finance. Yeah. Now, then when the report comes, the people cannot even account for the monies you've given them for a good purpose. Then it means that you are complicit. That is the rationale. Because I'm will be scared of inquiry. So take the step to cross-check. So you and make sure that the person accounts for it.
You admit that you've mismanaged the COVID-19 fund. It's an admission.
No. On your mismanagement. There is nowhere in the report on Wakade certain monies were given to individuals to put it in their pocket or in their account. Ministry of Health. English. Oh no. And I make sure that.
In this report, are you expecting to see such?
No, academic mismanagement.
No, but if it says it is come on, and you are not able to account for the money, is it not mismanagement?
No, Mammy can be being sure. Mammy can be sure. Demu echo adenta and it environs are there are small companies that what turning to and sometimes I mean more tema when there is shortage we call some of them to come and then we buy from them. Even when you want to receive it, but they won't give it to you. They will tell you that we need it. I'm telling you this. And at that time,
this defense you are putting up.
No, CJ, on your problem, we should not run away from the situation that confronts us there.
The same way we should not run away from the fact that this Auditor General's report has indicted this government, the government that is using COVID-19 as an excuse for our current economic woes.
No, it is not an excuse. CJ, this one there.
Or it's a defense?
No, they be. You see, the monies that we got for the COVID-19 fighting has to do with two things.
Educate me.
Direct COVID-19 expenditures because the pandemic, it did not even tell us that it was coming. It is a BBA, you would take emergency steps. What's Yakoto injury? You check out. Bisa, CG, at the time, na COVID by ne edubi wo for COVID. Edubi no no.
Indonesia tu aka no no way.
And I make sure that some have been supplied. Okay, remember, time may be by impo or money me. There were people who were fronting the government decision that everyone must be vaccinated. Ebi aba, ebi nam kwando aba, umbai. And you see, let me tell you something, CG, there's another problem where auditors, normally what they do, it will go into their report. But when they say charge, there is a better explanation now. Do we get to hear that, in our initial report, now you can A, B, and C, this is what has happened. True, it is true. We've also verified. Oh, madam, we should move away from Debiana. We are quick. Auditor General's report, no, A, B, and C. Then when those agencies are cite or more for irregularities, when they bring their responses, we are unable to go back.
Okay.
In the Ministry of Finance have issued a statement saying that all the monies expended and everything they did were approved by Parliament. They didn't go outside. So we cannot come back and sit and want to blame them. The Juma Parliament and Kasama on Kwande go and do this for us. Now I'm hinska. For certain things are now war ye. I'm hinska. Then you are telling me that on him more receipt. On him listen. Oh no, but you can't tell me on him. On him no matro and I say oh they be now yen chieftaincy institutions say the major ones we recognize them no. With them no. Be someone there. Do they operate with receipts? They will be buying people. No, listen,
you are encouraging some of.
No. This is the reality. They don't have. We know, and we pretend. No, you see, Tony, I will need. Listen, in you a pair. I had a greater crime. Yanko all the we find then palaces. Maybe someone there is so. What do you be being put on bar for supporter? We provide when government needs to account.
CJ.
Okay,
for them support
thank you very much. Tony.
CJ, say we introduce me new we see his welfare in finance and economy issues.
Yes.
So the knowledge on the Financial Administration Act and financial finance and so there are two acts that regulate the finances of this country. Then the management system is the gift mix. Ghana Integrated Management and
PFMA, Public Financial Management.
These are the systems that we use in managing our public finances. And this issue, it goes through this. On the issue of chiefs, and you're hearing a discussion, sir. It is the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Culture. Ministry of Chieftaincy and Culture, our administrative offices for every traditional council. And this is where you were. The director at the Paramounts, no more accountants. And the paper when you man say cash ebe ko hinin sa. And you hinin ebe more receipt. Every chieftaincy institution some chieftaincy offices no civil servants wo ayetu amuka. Until the crux of the matter here is not calling for any chief, listen, to come and give receipt. Listen. Minu kasa.
Tony kasa.
Until on hinibia yembis on hinibia some receipt. But the directors, the accountants, and all those who manage the chieftaincy administration, more accounting for Sikaya transmitted from Ministry of Finance through controller, and they call Ministry of Chieftaincy. And also distribute to call the regional offices, they call traditional councils. No? The same format as can call, reporting must come back so that it complements. Again, this is not a draft audit report. Neither is it an IE, internal audit report. This is Auditor General, mandated by the Constitution. Internal Finance Ministry, and I commissioned this report. Listen, ASR submission, it is not true. They are obliged under the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana to audit every financial expenditure. And this was a special audit, which is per the Constitution. So, Asemna Abano, one, to expose government on any claim say COVID and amai ene Ghana akotam nemua say CJ usika kakra wo banker we got top bond no say we forfeit for a number of years. So say investment no year against your children's education and now who then be your person here sa investment na say twin so that is what the government is telling you today. this report has come to also expose government, say, you had more money, you did less work, and the money cannot be found. Because on the issue of water, free water, the water was not say, and then one Kokomeme Portimason Pensua, they themselves were calling the water distributors to bring water. It was the district assembly. And now the task now say, making sure say you commission tankers to get water for people within your catchment area. In the assembly by the district chief executive and the coordinating director. Somebody the various systems
let me put it on record, Crass. In Suno Crano, Ghana water, just a cow.
Yes,
the same way electricity
it is a say and which is a woody sikasi, pay your own budget, no sutra sikasi. And our account of parliament say we discuss in the court TIA. But institutions now, as some young canoe crumble say, in Tiamu quiet. And today, nature says Sikano. You utilize it to the full benefit of the country. And then frontline health workers, my United as I say, one more mudi omuba for ye edi jinkwano, I be mukra enya effect no. Infections no.
Insurance package penny announced
the president of the Ghana Registered Nurses Association about Abeka said, for months they've been at the ministry on the minister say we see regional directors and district directors at the list of beneficiaries abana mutu omuka ye person who list no then ye scrutinizing say are these our registered members at the district and the regions are up to today minister and so list no. Are these not questionable characters that are having this country at risk? The Minister of Health should by this time be picked by the BNI. For a single failure, say, he is not making available list of premium. Yes, they should pick him to question him. I'm telling you. For the admission of the president of the registered nurses, say, yes, several appeal. Meaning, say, what is he hiding? You're picking now. Then you show the regional director say this are listening, but then pick them and then starting questioning how they got these names. Because my ejuma, ya listing me say me a frontline health worker, and I'm entitled to a certain package I buy a promising. This is me. I've not received. My name is not in the list. I am making claim. And the security agencies are not concerned about this. Criminality has been perpetrated. Even though a court of competent jurisdiction has not pronounced it, the steps in this thing is showing certain criminality. Until that list is made available, say in who and confirm say yes, as you may see we or this health facility. So I have facility, one of the COVID
holding center.
He is qualified. Me, Anthony. Yes, me do. Mr. Minkita health certificate. How did my name get there? If everybody that they've paid are really health professionals, why are they hiding the list? So the BNI, Yoko, and the CID should be interested in this matter. We can't continue having this caliber of people holding our governance hostage. And the report, my glossy over, and until I hear me say for 3-4 days, the NDC has taken the shine from this report, and people's livelihood depends on this report. Away, my bread and butter, because si kana akọ COVID say you are mobilizing 21 billion. You see, you use about 12 billion. You be a budgetary support, and then a bindy because of atorenche maba you am prepare, and until you see kasema ye basa yako IMF say omo say baby amudi mu ho akọ si gisemu ye ABCD mufa musi munsa enko bo nko fufu trom na musizi na mamuntu omo nsihu momuntu principal for a number of years so that they betimi arikubu saskari nyina e dey buffer or minus.
Okay, Tony, what we say?
Can't go this way.
Nintia, Twitchy Sankomo is the abuse of such public funds, a bini contingency funding. But also kind of report now. Let me just quote this. We noted that 1 billion, over 1 billion was deposited into the contingency fund on April 8, 2020. And the fund was used to pay for allowances for frontline health workers,
yes,
supply of food items, free water and electricity, evacuation of Ghanaians, support for small and medium scale businesses affected by COVID-19 pandemic, purchase of various medical supplies to support the fight against COVID-19, cost of mandatory quarantine of Ghanaians stranded abroad, and other COVID-19 payments. The contingency fund, the report just said,
why are they reporting on this? They are not getting the supporting documents. That is why an audit is showing, say, in as much as who pay Sikawe into this account are the various items, budget lines have been tagged. Say, say no infractions, no, say, yes, but Nyamai no ye dancing. And that's the
supporting receipt, our document.
That is the proof. That is the infraction in the regulation.
And evacuating Ghanaians from abroad.
See,
the way and the tools.
I see.
Mandatory quarantine.
Anthony Nupenu was tasked to evacuate 100 Ghanaians from Ukraine or Venezuela to Ghana. Me ticket, I try to call ye. Hotel I die ye. Nyanya me di ye. And who kratani. Processes na mi fe mu edi nya nkrofo no edi baaye ehun dance ni nkrofo nyina omu
details
ni omu receipt of purchase of ticket enie flight ayedi omu fa ye e baaye yedi omu baaye so no hotel ayedi omu ko die for this number of days sika ye say ye no ni hu krata. This is what the Financial Regulation Act ni kire to make sure say this cash will utilize here. The moment I'm not able to produce any of these documents, it's questionable to tell, say, I really evacuated 100 people.
And this is then this has become the challenge. We're wrapping up.
Yeah,
1 minute. 1 minute, you're wrapping up.
We share a report now. I was telling when I was making the earlier submission, now Nupenu was talking about chieftaincy ministry. The report made clear that it was directly to the House of Chiefs, the traditional councils.
Yes.
It was not through the chieftaincy ministry.
Oh no. But nobody mentioned the chieftaincy.
Yeah, no, he did. He said that.
I said before controller they become minister of chieftaincy in the office. And when a chief director they become to the houses. The House of Chiefs have directors who have been sent from the ministry. They are the administrators of the House of Chiefs. No chief administer money at the House of Chiefs.
No, I'm saying that's
a fact.
I'm saying that the problem, read the report there, the problem they are facing has to do with even some of the registrars, at the traditional councils, some not being there. Oh, okay. Oh, no, but it's in the report. They will be the best people to judge. When the issue of we want the list. Echo, our car, CG. Let's acquire insurance. Insurance maybe until there is a major accident. Before you go and claim for your premium. Until the people who doubt there was insurance package for them and they've been affected, they should come out and make the claims. Okay. When you come out and make the claims, okay. let's say insurance package be in the one mawa. That is when you can have issues with it.
Oh, really? So now you're calling on the Ghana Registered Nurses Association to come out and make claims.
No, but how do you come out to say there, insurance cover more, but you think that it is not true? How do you?
Is that what they are saying?
Really? No, but that is it.
That's what they say.
No. Now what is their point? Until there is casualty for you to go and make claims. Now, then it was not done.
1 minute.
For you.
It's very serious and revealing. This thing has taken us this route. I think we have gone past that. the Registered Nurses Association are claiming, say, minister said, why a payment? But almost so, the collaboration we hear between their directors and everything, one more will line it up as frontline workers. No, majority in Yasiki. So, the commitment that they've made and the Auditor General's report say utilization akoso. They want to know who and who has been paid. Let's have the list. This is where the barrier is. And the Nixon can be secondly, so no Nixon, many sweeping agreement we say registrars where did they go? Have they been sacked? Every register is a custodian of every traditional council, House of Chiefs. Please, no chief is giving physical cash until a registrar and accountant at the House of Chiefs passes through all the documentation and whatever allowance I say to you, other travel or whatever is given. So, Anthony
Kwame Nupenu. Thank you very much. That's Papa. Next. Okay, yeah, sorry. We say happy birthday to the one person who knows all my secrets. Happy birthday, Dr. Adio Sajimai, SD Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies. We free Miami Eric Kwame J. Eric J. Good morning to you. Within the Chief Jerry Forsen, thank you very much for your time. Yami Adman Nnawotwi Yi, sir, and Ebesan Suli Dumedi Eddie Abreu. Yes, sorry.